Walk blessed. Transcribe verse 80 100 times. The sky can rain fire. Magisters never change. You! I don't want to be nosy, but is it true you were inside the memories of a dead Korean? That is incredible.
Yes.
Huh?
Hello. Yes? Well, finding out about the Blackstones was definitely a great step forwards. But still, we're left with a myriad of questions. Sometimes I feel pathetic, to be honest. Like a child, asked to understand the functioning of a Starling airship. I do? Thought I had gotten rid of it by now. But yes, I'm originally from Nerim. Just like you, as I've heard. Oh, I don't know. Probably because I don't have very fond memories of my time there. You know, if someone would have told you 20 years ago that one day I would be the Archmagister of the Holy Order, you'd have probably laughed in his face. It's absurd just to think of it. You know, I was a slave there. Yes, you see, I was born into a traveling group of Aeterna minstrels. I never got to know my father, though, and living that way was hard. So my mother eventually decided to burn all bridges behind us and start over. Sorry, I'm babbling. I don't want to bother you with my boring stories.
I wonder how it happens, the infection.
Well, after some days on the road, we met a traveling merchant who gave us a ride to the next village, a small one named Sildren in the Salathan forest. It seemed almost perfect at the beginning. The place was quiet, and my mother found herself a job as a weaver in the local count's castle. One day, however, the count simply stopped paying her, and, well, when she asked for the reason, he told her that we were his property from that moment on. Just like that. Why wouldn't it be? We were just a woman and a young son, and he owned both the land and the local guard. We had to serve this Creole, that was the count's name, for 9 years. It was horrible.
Sorry, but I don't really see what you're going at.
No one. We weren't the only slaves he kept, and the villagers were too afraid to do anything. As for Chancellor Baratheon's armies, well, I'd be surprised if they even knew Sildren existed. Pure luck, I suppose. One day, an Enderalayan merchant and his escort passed through the village. They were on their way to Waverock to catch a ship from there. And just by coincidence, he saw me crushing some herbs I had found in the forest. That's what I did in the little spare time I had, you know. The Salathan forest is so incredibly rich with plants you have no idea. What I didn't know was that I had found an entire sheaf of God's tongue. That impressed the merchant so much that he simply bought me. He left her there. Believe me, what he did had nothing to do with mercy. He just saw that there was money to be made off of me. I cried and protested, of course, but 2 months later, our ship arrived in Ark, where he got infected with flesh maggots and died shortly thereafter. Luckily enough, he was a sublime. And since his relatives didn't know what to do with me once he was dead, they simply asked the Order to grant me the novitiate, which they did. By the left path. Sounds crazy when I tell it like that, and it probably is. But back then, it just happened. I tried, but as you can imagine, my obligations made my options to do so very limited. Only recently, however, word reached me from a mercenary whom I sent over. According to him, Creo is dead, and his castle was deserted. But who knows if he just said that to appease me. I think when all of this is over, I might ask the Grandmaster for permission to travel there myself. And then, who knows? By the righteous path, now I really am babbling. I am sure a man like you has better things to do than listen to the stories of a boring old chronicler. I should probably get back to business. Forgive me. Ah, yes, here. There they are. I've marked the most relevant parts so you don't have to read the entire book. Just see if they tell you anything that could give you a clue as to where you should start searching. I will be waiting at the beacon.
Oh. Oh, hey.
Okay, just leave me alone.
Malfash's blessings. That pretty boy, you mean? Aye. He was here yesterday, all night long, with some noble woman. Haven't seen him since, though. He looked a little battered, if you ask me. You know him well? I see. You know what? If you're looking for him anyway, could you give him this once you find him? A courier brought it along a few hours ago. Aye. A young woman, apparently. Maybe one of his beloved, who knows. Seemed urgent, though. Anyway, I need to get back to work. I'll tell the guy you were looking for him if he comes back.
Captain Yanu Orai, hereby confess my sins. For decades, I imprisoned men and women from all continents of Vin and sold them to the highest bidders. 462 men, 561 women, and 210 children have me to thank for a life spent in slavery. I don't remember their names. Now, however, the time of punishment has finally come, and I thank the Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. Crucified, I shall be hoisted over a pool of acid whose caustic fumes will burn away the skin from my body. Nobody will come to my aid, and I will die in solitude, as I should. Yanu Orai, Slaver.
Yes? Yes? Hmm?
Huh? Can I help you? I, Ilaria Nettlegrass, hereby confess my sins. For years I murdered under the moniker of the Black Widow. Man or woman, young or old, it didn't matter as long as the pay was right. Never was I brought to justice for my crimes, for I always knew how to outwit the law. I am a despicable creature, without mind or compassion, no better than a rabid animal. Now, however, the time of punishment has finally come, and I thank the Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. I shall remain in this cage until I die of starvation. Food and drink shall be within sight, but never within reach. Nobody will come to my aid, and I will die in solitude, as I should. Ilaria Nettlegrass, hired killer.
Boreo Oakenvale hereby confess me sins. For decades, I abducted children from the Undercity and locked them in this basement. I defiled them, let them starve, and then sold them to the highest bidders, who, like me, were also driven by carnal sins and perverse desires. Now, however, the time of punishment has finally come, and I thank the Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. In shackles, I will watch as a pack of rats eats the flesh from my bones. Nobody will hear me screams, just like there was no one to hear those of the poor souls whose lives are destroyed. Signed, Boreo Oakenvale, child trafficker and murderer.
something.
Probably think she's Vatira incarnate.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Many of you may have heard it already.
Yes?
There's war in Enderal.
You? Why are you here? What? No. Don't worry about it. I just needed some air. You know, I've had this question in my head for quite some time now, and I can't figure out the answer to it. Okay. Imagine a girl. Ever since she was a child, she's been abused by her father. Beaten, in other words. She grows to be a woman, and eventually her father dies. Then she falls in love with a man who has a lot of similarities with her father. She doesn't know why she loves him, but she does. And though it all seems nice in the beginning, he becomes more and more aggressive, starts screaming at her for no reason, until one day he too grabs the cane she knows all too well. Now, the question. On a very conceptual level, who is responsible for the situation the woman's in? Her companion because he abuses her? The woman herself because she unconsciously picked a man similar to her father? Or her father because he was the one who beat her in the first place? That's what I thought too, because he was the first link in the chain, so to speak. But what if he too was beaten in his childhood? If he only recreated what he knew? I don't know. No particular reason, I suppose. Anyway, you said you were looking for me. What's wrong? What, so the Archmagister really believes we Delverics owned one of those stones? I would have known that. Believe me, I've snuck inside our manor's treasure chamber more than once, and there was no black stone whatsoever. Not in the least, no. Setting aside the fact that what you're describing is bloody spooky, I don't have the slightest idea who might have an interest in sending me on this morbid paper chase through Ark. Either whoever did this has mistaken me for someone else, or we're dealing with a seriously disturbed individual.
Just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Yeah, I already suspected as much. But still, it doesn't change the fact that I have no idea who might be behind this, and why he sent me this package and not, for example, the Ark Guard. No, none. That's... Wait. Could you show me those letters again? By the wise hermit, that's... No, that's not possible. These fragments, if you combine all of them, they make a sentence. Knock, knock, who's there? Come in alone, if only you dare. But... No, that doesn't make sense. I know that phrase from my childhood. Adela and me, it was our code when we snuck out of the house to go on one of our expeditions. Yes, but... No, that just doesn't make sense. Adela's an apothecarian, not a goddamn assassin. You said one of the corpses you found was a hired killer. How in blazes could my sister kill someone like that? And... why? Oh, come on, that's just bullshit. Even if the stone somehow gave her the power to do this, Adela wouldn't hurt a fly. Come on, I'll prove it to you. Meet me in Duneville. I'll take you to our hideout.
I just don't respect the elders anymore.
There you are. Our old manor's in the desert, a few miles to the northwest from Duneville. It's quite a march, but doable. Nothing left but rubble. By the wise hermit, how long has it been since I was last here? Come on, we're almost there. Parts. They must belong to prospectors. That means someone has found our little cave since then. Seems no secret can stay secret forever. Anyway, let's go on in. I'll prove to you this is all nonsense. Lost ones. If these are running free here, I suppose... Farther down, yeah. They belong to an old landlord. When Adela and I came here, we always made sure the gate stayed shut. But someone must have opened it. Or maybe the Red Madness awakened the corpses and they did it themselves. Poor sods. There, up ahead. That's the clearing where Adela and I always went. If someone's waiting for us, then it'll be there. I don't think we should go down together. If Adela really is waiting down there, and I'm still not sure she is, I'm pretty confident she wants me to come alone, as our code said. So I suggest you stay hidden and cover my back. Well, truth be told, I think that if it is her, then it is talking that she's after. Remember when I told you that I've been worried about her for quite some time now? Back on the ship. What I'm saying is, if she really wanted to kill me, she could have already done it. All of this morbid paper chase, I think she wants to tell me something. which is why it's so important for me to go alone. Who knows what she'd think if I showed up with someone else. Yeah. You see that platform up ahead? This'll get me down to the pit. You should take the path through the crypt, just down that tunnel a few steps back from here. Then stay hidden. This is all just a misunderstanding, I'm sure of it.
So you came. I have to admit, I didn't expect that.
Adela, so it's true. What is this? Why am I here? And what did you do to that man?
Still as forgetful as you were back then, aren't you, brother? To the circle, now! On your knees! Now look at him, Jaspar. Look at him carefully.
Valencio Duran. By the name of the sun.
The man who killed our family. Correct. You should have seen it. How he screamed and begged for mercy. Pathetic. But I'm afraid I've got bad news for you, Valencio. Never again. I'll make sure that you never again hurt anyone. And I'll enjoy it. Just as I'll enjoy what I'll do to all those who are up next.
Adela, please. This is ridiculous. You have no idea what you're saying, let alone what you're doing. Please, just...
I know damn well what I'm doing. Better than I ever did. I'll continue where Father had to stop. And I'll make them all pay. All these bastards who think they are above justice. I should have known you wouldn't understand. Just look at you, staring off into space and asking all these stupid questions. But you know what? I'm not here to justify myself. I'm here because I think that despite all you did, despite all you became, you deserve to witness justice as much as I do. To see this bastard pay for what he's done. And believe me, I will not make it quick.
The Blackstone. Oh, damn. Then it's really true.
You know of the stone?
Yes. Listen to me, Adela. Whatever you've done over the past months, you didn't do it of your own free will. The stone, it's evil, and it controls you.
What is this, Jaspar? One of your brilliant jokes? We Dalverics have had this stone for generations. Father, he lived this calling, but he failed to see what the stone really was. A gift of fate, a means for us to carry out our destiny, to bring justice to a world where there is none. But I saw, and I will use it.
No, you're seeing this wrong. The stone, it's cursed. It wants you to... Shit, damn it, I just don't know what to say.
Surprise, Jaspar. You never did. But it doesn't matter now. Go, Jaspar. I've changed my mind. I got sentimental. Thought I owed you this, but I really don't. You don't understand me, just as you never understood Father. And listening to you talk makes me remember why I kept away from you all these years. Just look at what you've become, running around and working for the kind of people Father tried to bring down. Treasure hunter. You're a thug. You might as well just have spit on Father's grave.
Yeah, you'd know. All right. This is getting us nowhere. You obviously think you know what you're doing, but you don't. Which is why you'll now give me the stone. Before it'll make you do something you'd regret.
What?
The Black Stone. You'll give it to me. Something bad's about to happen. And without it, we won't be able to stop it. You can keep doing whatever it is that you do, but you'll have to do it without magic. I'm sorry if this isn't what you wanted to hear.
So, this is why you really came. You want the stone for yourself. What did they pay you, Jaspar, huh?
What? No!
Go!
Adela,
Go!
As you wish. I'm sorry.
What? Who are you? I know. You damn fool, Jaspar. You bloody damn fool. I guess I should have known he wouldn't have come alone. He always had a problem with following instructions. So you are what? His sidekick? What will you do? Fight me? I have to warn you, that's a bad idea. The stone, of course. You know, of all the things I expected to happen, this never even crossed my mind. A speech, maybe, some philosophical bullshit about why I shouldn't kill Valenzio, or some excuse why he didn't give a shit for me all those years. But no, even better. He doesn't give a damn about me. He came, yes, but because of the stone, because some fucking snob hired him to get it from me. By the gods. What an idiot I was to believe otherwise for even a second. I don't know you, but if my brother showed you this place, he trusted you. And that means something. So I'll let you go. But if you make even one wrong move, I will crush you. And believe me, I am not joking. What I see is that for the first time in decades, I have perspective, a reason why I am still alive and my brothers and fathers aren't. If this is the stone manipulating me, then I'm grateful for it. With this power, I can do what Father only dreamt of. Them and others, and this is only the beginning. And since you're here, that means you've read their confessions, which means I don't have to convince you that they deserved it. The greater good. Sure. Don't say I didn't give you a choice. Unexpectedly, death calls us to him. It is bitter, is it not? Unfair. You are angry because you blame me for the death of your friend. But I only did what had to be done. My manner of speaking upsets you. And yet, you are asking for the reasons for my presence. But what would have happened if I hadn't been there in that ship? Let us dare a glimpse, Prophet. A glimpse into the reality which you prefer to this one. 3 hours after your brawl, Captain Rosio's ship enters the harbor of Ark. You wait until the noise falls silent, and together with your friend, you sneak onto the deck. And you almost make it. A few arms lengths from the safety of the dock, a sailor named Rajik takes note of your presence. There is no need for an explanation as to who you are. And maybe on a normal day, Rajik would have let you run. But not today. For years, he has been eagerly awaiting his promotion to become a petty officer of the 8th class. And yet today, it was announced that his loathed rival had won it instead of him. And how angry he is. How furious. And who knows? Maybe it is not too late. What better way to impress the captain than to be the one who discovers 2 stowaways who have eaten the crew's bread for a month? From there, it ends quickly. One sword for your neck, the other one for your friends, and no one to grant you a second life this time. But that is not what happened. The first beat of a wing, and where are you now? You have abilities others wouldn't even dare to dream of. You can hear the echo of the future, and you will make decisions whose extent even you will barely understand. So tell me, Prophet, isn't that a fate preferable to the other? You accuse me of lying, and your doubts are justified, for I cannot see the future. However,
However, there is no need for that. All that is required is a glimpse beyond the surface, and suddenly it becomes clear that we are nothing but a sea of endless possibilities. And if one listens long enough, the shapeless takes on form, and the unfathomable becomes tangible. You wonder whether I belong to those whom you fight. But no, I do not. The High Ones, humanity, the emissaries, these are but elements of the game. I am more than that. You ask if I can see more than just this branch. And the answer is yes, I can. But considering what I am, that is not much of a feat. You wonder what I am, yet your question should not be what, but where. And the answer to this is everywhere. What you see right now is merely a splinter. You want to know if what threatens you threatens other realities too. And yes, it does. The cycle is a logical consequence born from the right circumstances. And these are not limited to your branch. You think my intention is to disconcert you. But you're wrong. I am here because you think it was I who took someone you cared for. And although you err, I do not like being seen as a destroyer. Which is why I will wipe away my debt, which was never there to begin with. Step back.
Farewell, Prophet. Maybe we will meet again. Maybe not.
That's my name. But Adela, what happened? But I only remember a flash of fire and then darkness. Everything's so blurry. What? But... Okay, I'm sorry, but this is all just a little too much. Please, just give me some time with my sister, all right? Go back to Ark with that bloody stone. Go anywhere, but please, just leave me alone.
We always...
Monsieur?
Huh? What do you want?
A penny, my sir. Please, just one penny.
Bloody wench thinks she's Vata incarnate.
Some people just don't know their best side.
Move along.
Please, just leave me be.
$50,000 pennies? That's immense.
You're telling me. Think what you will about Daloran, but he's a man of his word. Truly.
Yeah, but where did he get that much money from? I thought that ever since the war began, the sickle was close to bankruptcy.
It was, yes. But apparently, that has something to do with those Chileans. The Blue Islands Coalition. Anyway, let's just be happy. What matters now is that we don't have to close down.
Yeah.
What? Who are you? Oh, really? And what could someone working for the Order bring down to a place like this and risk spoiling his fine garments? Take a look around and you'll see the problem. What do you want? Just spit it out. A black stone? No idea what you're talking about. Now, is there something else? If not, leave. Time is sparse these days. Oh yes, I am. For example, there's a woman in the room down the hallway who's dying, and who hasn't had a breadcrumb to eat for the past few weeks now. You can waggle your tongue all day long, but it doesn't change the fact that I don't know anything about some stone. Shove off! And I don't like it when people think a big sword on their back gives them the right to go around riding roughshod over anyone who doesn't lick their boots. This is my 50th year in the League, and if I don't know anything about a black stone, then no one does. Now, shove off.
Thank the sun, there you are. I've been looking for... thank the sun, there you are. I've been looking for you. I followed you. It's about your mission. I know that the Grandmaster ordered you to find the black stones. And I believe I know where to find the one you were looking for down here. Far away from here, and I can show you where. The only thing I ask of you is that no one must know about my part in this. Promise me that, and I'll tell you what I know. Thanks. Believe me, I don't like this any more than you do. Come, follow me.
Please, help.
I remember coming here as a child. The apothecary gave me something to eat before setting me on the streets again. All that, it seems so distant now. It's easy to forget about the other side of the coin once you haven't seen it for a while. Alright, this is better. Have you ever heard the name Dalgalar? Healer of the poor. Yes, that's what some people called him. It doesn't do him justice, though. Dalgalar helped everyone regardless of his wealth. The only difference was that he had the rich people pay for their treatment. Do you also remember why he left Ark? Yes. For him, the end justified the means. For example, it is said that he once healed a crippled soldier by replacing his lost leg. The League considered such practices pathless, but Dalgalar refused to give in, and that is how they came to blows. Finally, Dalgalar left Ark and moved into a remote old castle in the Frostcliff Mountains. Is that so? I guess you know the rest of the story. He became more and more reclusive until one day he locked the gates and was never heard from again. The apothecaries say that it was his eccentricity which was to blame, but I think there is more to it than that. I know it did. I recently read the notes of one of the few apprentices he permitted to come with him. And this is where it gets interesting. Dalgalar researched something he only referred to as the Angel. No one but him was allowed to take part in its creation, and he hired dozens of mercenaries to get him the resources he needed for his experiments. Books, relics, rare herbs, things like that. And one of those relics was a small dark stone, shining like the skin of an eel. Yes. What do you think, Saira? That does sound like a lead, doesn't it? I was waiting for that question. Alright then, I might as well come clean. I am interested in all this because there is a rumor as to what the Angel was supposed to be. A talisman, one that allows its bearer to heal any disease in the world, even flesh maggots, the yellow fever, or the Black Death. All of them. And I want to find this Angel, Saira. Isn't it obvious? Because I want to be healed. Yes, if there's even just a sliver of a chance that this device, whatever it is, can help me, I have to take it. And that is also why the Order must not know about any of this. They would confiscate the artifact before I could use it for myself. And what am I supposed to tell them if they ask me why I need it? I can't allow anyone to learn the truth about me, not until I've dealt with it. Now enough about my motivations, Saira. Let us plan how we are going to proceed. Yes, I found us a map that should point the way from the Frostcliff Tavern. Go prepare yourself. I will meet you there. And thank you for helping me. I know I might not show it that much, but I appreciate your, friendship. I really do. Yes? Until that Quarric appeared, I actually thought things were going relatively well, like with the sigil stone and this beacon. But a war with Narim, that changes everything. They trump us in every aspect. Manpower, equipment, siege machinery. Let's just hope the walls of Ark are really as durable as they're said to be.
already.
Good evening. Sure, where to?
God bless it, my sir.
Excuse, my friend, my people. I didn't recognize a tear as it was drooling in his face. But as he
Malphas's
said, we don't know
blessings.
If I were you, I would stay away from it anyway. This man, this Dalgalar, he was crazy.
What makes you say that?
Well, before he, shut himself in, he sent his servants down here a couple of times each moon. And every time they hired dozens of hunters to bring them dead game, rabbits, deer, and the like.
So, he probably needed them for his experiments.
Aye, my dam, but why so many? 40 cadavers a week? Must be something wrong with that. Maybe he's an atropist, a bone mage, or something like that. And maybe he wanted to use those corpses to raise an army of undead to take revenge on the League.
Rabbits, Folyek. Rabbits.
The dose makes the poison. Isn't that how you say it, my dam?
Yes, that's the saying. I need to go now, thank you for your help. I take it you listened. I don't think we'll get more than superstitious chatter out of these people. What do you say? Should we head out? Alright, come, follow me. Yes? Cold. Well, the castle is about 2 miles north of here. We shouldn't have any problems if we stay on the road. I suggest you go on ahead. I'll cover your back. That tower over there looks suspicious if you ask me. Let's be careful. That was all of them. Careful. There. There.
Finally, some.
By the righteous path. Wait. Oh no. This is Brother Gallius. I don't know. Let's search their bodies. Anything? Oh, of course, I heard about that. The Order wanted the ore for the beacon. Poor people. This bastard must have taken them by surprise. Let's take a look into that mine, Saira. Our expedition into the castle will just have to wait. Where are you going, Saira? That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll here. Get ready.
Ha! Damn you!
Yes? Where are you going, Saira? That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll wait here. Northwind. Once among the most important mining sources in the country, and now, nothing but a ruin. In the end, all is fleeting, I suppose. Wait. Do you see that? Still warm. Someone else has been here not too long ago. Maybe. Let's be cautious. The castle is just up that slope over there. Quite the bulwark, isn't it? You could fit an entire village in there. Locked, as expected. Maybe, but the ground around here is slippery and the cliffs are steep. That could turn out poorly. Maybe we could try to break the gate open instead. But how? Black powder might do the trick, if we had any. Let me think. Northwind was a prospector's village after all, and I think I saw some kind of trapdoor down there near the mine's entrance. With luck, that could be a storage area. I suggest you take a look at it. I'll start digging the gate free in the meantime. Well then, take cover. There you go. What the? Breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry, this was unexpected. But I guess that answers the question of what happened to Dalgalar's servants. Poor sods. Yes, I wasn't prepared, that's all. But I've got it under control, don't worry, I promise. An idealistic count, a remote castle, and a powerful artifact befouled by the High Ones. That's not too far-fetched, wouldn't you agree? We won't be able to get in through the main gate, but there has to be a side entrance. Come on, let's take a look around. Huh. That one looks good if you ask me, but it's locked, isn't it? Who would have guessed that? We should start with the corpses, I think. There has...
What about Brother Yarber?
Declined. Just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might...
I will not justify myself to those fools. If they only had a trifle of decency, they will see the debt they are in. But, as they wish, there are other ways. Tell the other servants that I do not want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening, and bring me new salve.
The salve. Of course, Master. Walk blessed.
To be someone with a key. Are you alright, Saira? Wait, you mean in a vision? But how? I thought everything you see comes from the Pyrean Age. That would explain why he hired so many hunters from the village. But what did he need all those cadavers for? The angel? Whatever. Let's go search those bodies for a key. Wait, do you hear that? Phew. Enemies, get ready. That was all of them. Your vision must have caused this. We should be prepared for resistance now. Come on, let's find that key. I don't want to have to look at this any longer than necessary. Do you have it? Then let's go in. Yes? Good. Let's see if we can get through the main hall somehow. Then we'll see. Enemies, get ready. Wow, what a sight. Do you see anything? With your gift, I mean. No, but I suppose Delgalar's personal quarters would be a good place to start. I guess the big gate over there should lead us there. Let's take a look. Locked, of course. What else would you expect when breaking into someone's house? Let's see. I understand. This is some kind of magic seal, similar to the one the Magisters once showed us in Escola. You need to speak the correct words in order to pass. 2 of them, it seems. Well, that's the question. But knowing Delgalar, I'm sure he chose 2 words that meant something to him. So if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, we'll need to look for another way in. Come, let's take a look at the 2 towers. I think the staircases in this hall might lead us there. Ah, there you are. Let us keep going. More bodies. What in blazes happened here? Kirash. Just what the heck was that? Yes, probably, but what is it? That's not an elemental, at least not a common one. Let's just be careful. I don't like this. Where are you going, Saira? That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll wait here. A barrier. That looks like Starlingcraft to me. Without...
It's impossible to banish the barrier, correct?
Yes, my son. And no one apart from us knows the letter.
I see. Then I owe you my thanks. We should make a toast. To your Matrolian brandy?
I must confess that I am no friend to alcohol, but thank you nonetheless. To Plexus with it. What are we drinking to? Our collaboration?
To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering.
Alright. To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering. Marvelous, really. Between us, Miza, why the barrier? What do you have up there that 5 arm wides of Northwind stone aren't enough for you?
Something that's very dear to me, and very fragile.
I see. Well, then I can assure you that... blistering blazes. How tired I suddenly am. All that working, it must have gone to my head.
Yes, my sir. You should rest. And forgive me. I will take care of your family. You have my word on that.
What do you mean? I just have to...
I am sorry.
Knowing how it works, we'll have a hard time getting through here. What? You had another vision. Poisoned? Why? Yes, probably, but killing someone just because of that? I thought better of him, really. This must have something to do with the angel, however. Question is, how do we get through here? We don't have that device, whatever it is, and I don't think Dalgalar left the code just laying around somewhere if he was willing to kill someone over it. Let's take a look around. There must be another way. A breach. Maybe we could kill the mechanism that runs the barrier with force? But... wait. Yes, that could work. I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we carried the barrels up to the gate. I thought it might come in handy. I've been told you are no stranger to thaumaturgy, are you? Maybe you could throw that bag through the breach with a telekinesis spell or something like that. And a fire arrow will take care of the rest. Try to throw the pouch through the breach. That has to work. see if you can shoot a fire arrow through the breach so it drops onto the mechanism. Try to shoot from an oblique angle, otherwise the arrow will bounce off in the wrong direction. Hope the fire doesn't spread. Now let's go see what Delgalar wanted to hide so badly.
Oof.
Toys. And what is this blue substance everywhere? Huh. This looks like a child's room to me. None that I heard of. People always said he loved his craft more than he could ever love another person. But if he had a daughter, then maybe she had something to do with his retreat from Ark. Let's take a look around.
No, please don't eat me. The Vatir eyed him and sneered. Why wouldn't I? You are weak, and I am strong. His voice was coarse like a whisper tree's bark, and... You don't like this story, do you? Of course not. You didn't like it when Mother read it to you either. But do you want to know something, my little starlet? Soon, you'll be warm again. And then there will be no more need for stories, because you will be able to go out yourself and explore this world on your own 2 feet. I promise you, Maya. I promise you.
The girl was dead, Sierra. She was dead. There, Delgalar's acquisitions. Now guess what else apart from animal bodies he bought heaps of? Dew flowers, lavender, and shadow stem oil. These are the ingredients for the ointments the Chileans use to embalm their dead. As long as it is regularly applied, the process of decay doesn't begin. The Chileans use it to keep a body fresh before sending it to sea, but this... Delgalar bought enough of these ingredients to prepare funeral balm for 6 corpses. And didn't you tell me he ordered his apprentice to get him his salve? Girl who lived here must have been his daughter, and she died somehow. But instead of burying her, he used this balm to preserve her like a piece of salted meat. This is horrible. With the angel. That's why he tried to craft it in the first place. This only leaves us with the question of how exactly it was supposed to work, and what the black stone had to do with it. At least now we have a good candidate for the code word, Maya. Do you still want to stay here a little longer, or shall we go back to the main hall? Yes. Come. Okay, so we have one word. Now let's take a look at the other tower. Maybe we can find the other one there. This must have been some kind of laboratory. Here we go again. That was all of them. Let's look around.
Forgive me, Master. I wanted to talk to you.
Of course you do. What's on your mind?
Forgive my words, but I find certain recent developments disquieting.
Do you?
You've changed, Master. Every day the villagers bring their sick to our gates, but you forbid us to let them in. Instead, you spend every minute with this girl. And the black stone. Haven't you heard the tales? The stones are cursed. Master, you really should...
Go and pack your things, Yulika.
What? Master, I am just worried about you.
I know, and I thank you for it. Now go. Your apprenticeship is over.
But...
Go.
We need to go farther up, Saira. We won't find anything here. Again. And what did you see? Yes, that he did. I guess that's why people just forgot about him eventually. But at least we know now that we're not following a false trail. Come, maybe we can find more upstairs. Scientia Sinistra by Ibn Natarim. That was a Kyranian arcanist of the Zimnota. Getting caught with one of these books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy and light magic for his angel. Stuffed creatures, even lost ones. I'm not surprised he and the League had their differences. What the? That's not a laboratory, that's a crypt. Irash. Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals, but what is this fluid they're floating in? I see. Do you see that? A crystal. But it's so dull. As if all its energy...
And energy is death. A trifle less. Not too much less. Just a little. Don't disappoint me. Not this time.
Been drawn from it. Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the Black Stone? What? And I bet he hoped that this transfer would actually resurrect the bodies. That must have been the angel, Saira. A device capable of transferring magical energy from one thing to another. And he must have planned to use it on his daughter Maya. This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Anything? It does? Show me. By the name of the sun. This Tainisha must have been his paramour. And Maya, the girl from the tower, was their daughter. Exactly. Only this Tainisha didn't know that their daughter had died in the first place. Delgalar just told her all the time that she was sick and getting better. Blazes, this is tough. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Tainisha. I doubt we'll find anything else here. What do you say, Zaira? Shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. Yes, that sounds good. I can't believe we actually did it. Come on, let's see what's behind there. So this is his sanctum. Unbelievable. Just look at all these books. I wonder how much knowledge is hidden here. That was all of them. So he did let some servants in here after all, even though that didn't save them from their companion's fate. Saira!
Durual Ninto Jaronis. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must admit. Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers rather than those idiots. Now don't look so grumpy, sweetheart. You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. Oh, someone has a flair for business, but I doubt that you can trump 500 Killian thalers, can you? No, you're lying. Take her, my friends, but careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Saira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it worse.
No! Get off me! Damn it, get off me! No. Kirash, please, you're making a mistake!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Can't you just make her shut up? Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun! No, no! No, 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 no! Please, no!
inside, but you just stood outside in the rain and... I should have been there for you more, Starlet. So much more. But I will make up for it, I swear. Tomorrow. I will heal you. Once you and the stone are connected, you will be able to walk again. And this time, I will be a good father. And that's just for a start. The stone will change you, Maya. It will become a part of you. And it will give you power even the Lightborn can only dream of. The blind will see again if you so choose, and the mute will speak. You will succeed where I have failed, freeing mankind from all its misery. Like an angel. But there's no other way. I know, and it might just tickle for a little, but not for long, I promise. Not too little, not too much. Maya, can you hear me?
Daddy?
Maya, you! Oh, my little starlet, you!
I feel dizzy, Daddy. And where's Mommy?
She is at home. You have been very ill, you know that? Very, very ill. But now... Maya, what's wrong?
It burns.
Starlet, what's wrong? What?
Poor little creature. You don't have the slightest idea how special you are, do you, Kalia?
see. How do you think I am? It changes nothing. Yeah, who am I? The failed experiment of a broken man. I'm not sure if that insight was really what I needed. Of course, it helps me to understand the creature inside me. It's a black stone, and it was my father who fused it with my mind. But in the end, all I'm left with are more questions. For example, whether this means that I must bury my hopes for banishing that creature once and for all, or the question of what this veiled woman's role is in all this. It must have been she who set me out in that village, even though she knew of the Blackstone's essence within me and how dangerous it made me. She seems to be the same one you encountered on the ship where your friend died, and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? What are her intentions? I just don't understand, Saira. I don't understand. Still, what burdens me the most is what happened in that library. Can't you figure it out? It was that creature, the it in its completed form. Me without a mask. Please, Saira, I don't want to think about this any more than is necessary. Be thankful you weren't. If you knew how I felt when I killed those mercenaries, you would give me a wide berth, believe me. Such gratification, such ecstasy. I am disgusting. Saira, if you had been there, I would have slaughtered you just like the others. And that... I know, Saira. Rationally, I do. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel repulsive. I will train harder, meditate more often, until I control every single one of my thoughts. That is the only way I will ever be able to fully control it. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself.
Well, that's just how he is. Always stupid.
When summer bid goodbye and moonlight, blood red fell from the sky, his ghost raised from dust forgotten.
So much to do, so right.
Why, the king of the fabled empire of old Aranath, and his 101 catamites, of course. Why the stupid question? If you don't know whose house this is, then you sure as fuck don't belong here. Oh, oh, do you now? Well, at the risk of blowing your mind, my job is to keep folk like you out. Now, what makes you think that you're any different? Men like me? What's that supposed to mean? What the? Now you listen here, you imbecile. I'm standing here because my master pays me a cuntload to do so. That's all. I don't owe that bastard anything. Plus, I'm sure as fuck not a simple man. I'm a bloody adventurer, a libertine, and all this, it's just temporary. Yeah, that's right, it's just temporary. Don't mention it. I probably would have thought it. You know what? Come to think of it, I've been sucking on this bloody vulture's teat for way too long now. Yeah, let him find another merc to do his shitty bidding. I'm done. You go on inside. Just act like you belong. The guards will think you're expected.
Walk blessed.
Is my master expecting you? Just go upstairs. He is in his scribbery.
Oh, grand. Yet another proof of the notorious reliability of sellswords. I should have known that simpleton was only good for peeling potatoes at best. So, what is it that you want? To mug me? I would seriously think that over, considering my esteemed bodyguard over there. He belongs to the petrified, and I'm sure he would love to demonstrate just what that means. Save the chatter, and tell me why you're here, else you'll find yourself back on the streets quicker than you can count to 3. Oh, do you now? You really are a bold one, aren't you? But good, go ahead. Tell me what you consider to be so important that you just had to sneak into my house without my invitation. What? No, you're mistaken. I have no idea what you're talking about. Now get out of here. Oh, am I now? Tell me, do you even have the slightest idea whom you're talking to? All I need to do is bend a finger, and you'll spend the rest of your life as a whore in the Silver Cloud. Now get lost. Preferably back to your minstrel fellows, Eterna. Go do a somersault, play a tune. I don't care. Just get the fuck out of my sight. Kashan, show my guest the way out.
But that's how it is. Life is what you make of it.
What the hell? I've no idea how you got in here, but I swear that you're about to see me get real angry. What? All right then. Here's what's going to happen next. You either give me that piece of paper right now, or I will order Kashan to do it for you. And I promise you, that will be a painful process. Your employer? Pah! You're bluffing. I could kill you right here and no one would ever notice that you've gone missing. You. All right then. If your life depends on it. So, what do you want? If this was about doing damage to me, you wouldn't have come back with a certificate. So here's the deal. I'll tell you what you want to know, and you'll give me back the paper and keep this matter about the child to yourself. And one thing in advance. Try to double-cross me, and you will regret it. I promise. As I expected. All right, then. So, yes, it is true that I once owned the stone, but it is also true that I no longer do. That thing whose birth that piece of paper in your hand proves owns it now, if it is still alive, that is. Don't call it that. That creature doesn't deserve to bear the family name. But yes, he has it, if anyone does. I fear I have to go back in time a little. 7 years ago, with my old wench, She got pregnant. At first I thought it was a gift of fate, but when the child came, it was an atrocity, a joke of nature, everything but a worthy successor for our house. Malformed? Oh, that would be the understatement of the century. It had these tumors all over its face, and its left leg was a clump. The apothecarius said it was a wonder that it even survived the birth. I gave him away. And please, save yourself the indignation. You wouldn't understand my decision if I tried to explain it to you. Well, what do you think? She sure wasn't happy about it. But it was the right thing to do, and if a man makes a choice, the wench has to accept it. She's gone, anyway. Syphilis took her. To a small village where no one from Ark would ever see him, or at least where no one could trace him back to me. Oh, please, spare me that speech. Do you think that creature would have had a good life here? Just go take a look at all those cripples and sick in the Undercity. What future is there for them? They are the refuse of nature, and that is how they are treated. No. The only future that thing would have had would have been as an attraction in a traveling circus. I probably should have just put it out of its misery right away. Shame that I let my wife sweet-talk me into doing otherwise. My wench. She stole it from the treasury and put it into one of his pockets. She probably thought it was a common jewel of some sort, and that it would help whomever he ended up with to take pity on him. But truth be told, I didn't mind too much when I found out. Buying the black stone in the first place was one of the biggest follies my father ever committed. I don't put much stock in superstition and folk tales, but everyone knows something is wrong with those things. Anyway, since you will probably ask, as far as I know, the village where they took it is called Silver Grove. If the stone still exists, you should find it there. Now, give me the parchment and get lost. I kept my end of the bargain. Thanks. Now get out.
Ho there, friend. What are you doing out here at this time of day? In a few hours, the Bone Rippers will come out of their caves, and unless you're eager to meet one in person, you should see to it that you're far from here when that happens. Heard of it? I guess you could say that. Behind these gates is the Valley of Silvergrove, and... you know what? Actually, I was just about to close the gate for the night. But if you're looking for our village anyway, why don't you just come in? I won't open them again until tomorrow noon, but that should be enough time for you to finish whatever business you have here. My Dame Thalar's banana grog is a blast, if that helps you decide. Is it? I think trust has to start somewhere, doesn't it? And I've got a good gut feeling about you. That has to be enough for starters. Glad to hear it. Follow me. Alright then, here we are. You'll find our village if you just follow that road down there. It leads to the Grove. You can hardly miss it. It's a really nice place. I bet you'll like it there. Since that boy found the silver vein in the Grove, we live like the Lightborn do in Inadan, really. So I guess this is farewell, isn't it? Unless you have questions. Well, you know, Silvergrove wasn't always as nice a place as it is now. Back in the old days, it was quite harsh, actually. But then, some traveler came by and left us with a small boy. He had a terrible disease, and I suppose that's why the guy just abandoned him. I don't know how someone can be that heartless, but it was probably for the best. Ulbar adopted him, and... when exactly was that? 4 years ago, the boy found a silver vein while he was playing in a small cave near the Grove. And, well, from then on the wealth just flowed in pretty much by itself. Come to think of it, I don't want to imagine what this place would be like without the little fella. His name is Rhinaeus, or at least that was the name stitched on the blanket that stranger left him with. Who knows? Maybe you'll see him for yourself. He's quite popular. I'm no apothecarius, but he had these tumors all over his face, and his left leg was entirely crippled. But just a few moons after Ulbar took him in, he started getting better. The weather, maybe? I don't know. But I'm glad it happened. That boy is a treasure. Anything else? Otherwise, I'm damn ready for a nap. A headache? Nah, sorry. Could be the heat. Or maybe you were just thirsty. I wouldn't worry too much about it if I were you. Any more questions? Don't mention it. Walk blessed. Greetings.
Hello.
What blessed? You're not from around here, are you? I don't think I've seen you here before. You're welcome. What would this world be like without people helping one another? Reneus, of course I do. A great lad, really. Did you know we owe all of our wealth to him? Without him, this place would be nothing. I'm rambling again. If you're looking for him, he and his father live on the next-to-last house on the cliffside of the village. A merchant? I take it you've already seen the Silent Moon's Inn. Tahara probably can't offer you more than provisions, but I'm sure she won't say no if you're looking to sell. Then there's Robak and his little ship on the outskirts of the village. And finally Oliel and the marketplace. Not much, I know, but we don't get visitors here very often. You could take a look at the ruin near the oasis, or the one on the beach. That is, if you know how to fight off the wild animals around there. Well, I don't know, do you really think that's a good idea, risking your life for some filthy lucre? I don't know.
Farewell.
What? Who are you? Can I help you? I beg your pardon? Okay, that's interesting. But well, what is life but a sequence of weird coincidences? How can I help you? I don't think I've seen you around here before. Foster father. But yes, I am. Why do you ask? Do you know Reneus? Is it? Well then, be my guest. His room is just through that door over there. I think he's reading at the moment, but he always likes company. You sure ask a lot of questions, my sir. But okay, why not? You know, I'm a widower. My companion and I always wanted to have a foster kid before Reneus. But as you said, life here was harsh, especially before Reneus discovered the silver veins. Frankly, we barely had enough to eat ourselves, and there weren't exactly a lot of orphans around here to take in either. Well, when my companion died, I was occupied with my thoughts, as you can imagine. Flesh maggots. There was nothing I or the apothecary could do for him. And Reneus appeared out of nowhere, discarded like a blunt knife. I saw him and I don't know, how could I just leave him there? What kind of person could? It was demanding at first, to say the least, especially with his condition. But even then, I never regretted it, not for a second. Maybe it's a way of honoring the memory of my companion. I don't know. In any case, I'm glad it all happened like it did. Here in Silver Grove, we are all one big happy family, and every day I can feel how happy Reneus is, knowing that we all accept him and love him, no matter what. Yes, maybe we are. But you know, trust has to start somewhere, and in my experience, it is always rewarded. We have never had any problems with new people in Silver Grove. Never. And I have a hunch that's not about to change now. Well, you sure know a lot about my boy, considering that you've never seen him before. But yes, it's true. He's as healthy as a horse, and has been for quite some time now. For some reason, those tumors he had started healing shortly after he arrived here. And no, I don't know why. And frankly, I'm not sure I want to. Some questions are better left unasked, as the saying goes. But you know what? Even if that miracle hadn't happened, it wouldn't have made a difference. Not here in Silver Grove. We would never have abandoned him like the ones who brought him here did. Reneus has a good heart, and that's all that matters.
Whoa there, you gave me a start. Who are you? I don't think I've seen you before. Ark? That's way out there, isn't it? Then you must be very happy to. Hey Thoris, what are you doing? Oh, blazes, that's my favorite toy. You look as if you can run fast. Can you catch Thoris for me and get my teddy back? If you don't, I'm sure he will bury it somewhere in the sand, and I'll never get it back then. Could you? Man, that's really nice of you. Then run, quickly, before he's gone.
Hapless fool!
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Reneus has the greatest father in the whole world. La 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 la.
leave. You have no business here.
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Hello.
There you are. So, did you catch him? You found it? Show me. Yes, that's him. Wow. That was just awesome. Thank you. Retha and Gages will be so jealous when I tell them that I have a friend like you. You are my friend, aren't you? Questions? Sure. You helped me, and now I'll help you. That's what friends do, isn't it? I don't know. I think I'm 7. Yes, that's it. 7 years old. Is it? I don't know. Daddy taught me how to read very early, and I just love it. Books are like pictures you can enter whenever you want. When I'm older, I want to write them too. Yeah, I do. They're so beautiful, aren't they? You know, here in Silver Grove, we have them in so many more colors than the outside does. Daddy told me that once. I catch them, put them into a jar for a day or two so that I can draw them, and then I free them again. Sick. Yes, I think I was. But that was a long time ago. I can hardly remember. I had these bumps all over my face, and they itched all day long. And whenever I wanted to walk, I had to walk funny because my right leg was always swollen. But it just went away when I got older, and now I can run faster than even Gages. And he's quick, let me tell you. Where I'm from? What do you mean? If you say so. A stone? But what would you want with a stone? Okay, yes, I think I know which stone you're talking about. And yes, I can show you where it is, but only under one condition. we make a bargain. That's what you grown-ups call it, isn't it? A bargain? It's simple. You grant me 3 wishes and I show you where the stone is. Well, I can ask for 3 things that you have to do for me. And don't worry, it will be fun. You'll see. What do you say? Do we have a deal? Awesome! I knew you would say yes, and we can start right away. Just come down to the beach in a few minutes.
Yes?
Walk blessed.
Greetings. Wow, that's nice armor you're wearing there.
Yes.
Walk blessed.
Good. One more time. The left switch makes it go faster. The right one starts it. You got it?
Yeah, thanks, Daddy. You're the best father in the whole world.
And you are the best son. But look who came. I will leave you two to it, okay? And remember, don't steer it toward the village. You don't want anyone getting hurt. Have a good time, you two.
Hey, that was quick. So, are you ready? It will be a blast. I promise. Okay, actually, it's really simple. Do you know how to shoot a bow? Are you? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you'll handle it anyway. So, now look. Isn't it awesome? That's a starling sphere. Daddy found it in the old ruin down by the beach and put it back together for me. And he said it's really, really old. Great, isn't it? Yes, it is, but Daddy is like a wizard when it comes to fixing things. Every time I break something, he just glues it back together like nothing happened. Well, what do you think? We'll try it out. I always wanted to do that, but Daddy said that I'm too young to use a bow. But you aren't. So, that's my first wish. I want you to try out the sphere with me. Easy. You take the bow over there, and I let the sphere fly free. Then you need to aim for it and hit it before I make it land again. Ah, and don't start firing before it is open. Otherwise your arrows will bounce right off. So, are you ready to go? At first, I'll make it fly slowly, but in the second and third rounds, I'll make it go faster. I don't know. I thought it would be fun. And that's what's important, isn't it? That you are happy as long as you are here in Silver Grove. Yeah, sure. All you need to do is grab the bow and then I will make the sphere fly. Then you need to hit it with as many arrows as you can. Got it? Awesome. Don't worry if you do poorly the first time. We can play as often as you like. If you're ready, take the bow over there and I'll start the sphere. make it go faster now. Get ready. 1, 2, and 3. Yay! Good one. Woohoo! Strike! Yes! That was awesome! Wow, that was crazy! Come, let's see how fast it can go. On my mark. 1, 2, and go! Wow, that was great! The bad guys must be really afraid of you. So, what do you say? Another round? Maybe you can do even better. Yeah, sure. That must be tiring, huh? But you did great, really. Thank you for playing with me. I'll go back to the village and tell Daddy that we're done. Just come back to the house when you're ready to hear my second wish.
So, that old thing really did work. I almost thought it wouldn't. Just go ahead and talk to Reneus in his room. He's waiting for you. So, that old thing really did work. I almost thought it wouldn't. Just go ahead and talk to Reneus in his room. He's waiting for you.
Hey, that was really fun, wasn't it? You'll see, in Silver Grove, it's always like that. No one is ever angry around here, and they're all nice to each other. You know, you could stay here if you'd like. I'm sure Daddy and the others would help you build a house, and then we could play together every day. Awesome. I'm sure you'd be so much happier here than anywhere else. Anyway, I now know what my second wish is gonna be. Ready to hear it? Alrighty. As you know, I really love to collect butterflies, to draw them, and by now I've drawn almost every kind that can be found around Silver Grove, except for one, the Moonglow Moth. And that's my second wish. I want you to help me catch some of them. They look so incredibly awesome. Their wings are black and blue at the same time, and they shine in the sunlight like crystals. Normally, it's very hard to catch them because they are really, really tiny. But I know a trick. You have to search with your eyes and your ears at the same time. If you listen closely, you can hear this weird ringing noise that they make when they fly, and that can help you find them, even in the forest. Just be careful when you catch them. I don't want them to get hurt or anything. Here, I'll give you 15 jars, but if you find 7 of them, that should be enough. Yeah, the Moonglow Meadow. That's next to the old watermill. You have a map, don't you? Here, I'll make a cross where the meadow starts. I'll wait for you in the village, just in front of the tavern. Just meet me there when you're done. Have fun and good luck!
Hello.
there you are. So have you already caught enough? Or do you want to keep looking some more? Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I could never have found that many without you. I am sure that was fun. Wasn't it? Awesome! I knew you'd like it, and I've got something else prepared for you. Just let me take the jars back home first. See you soon. Hey, good to see you. Are you ready for my last wish? I think you will like it. I'll tell you in a moment. Let's go to the old ruin near the waterfall. I've prepared a little surprise for you there. Come, lead the way. Over there? That's the entrance. Here, this key should open the door.